Joining me now is Texas Congressman Roger Williams. Congressman, thanks very much for being here this morning.
Thank you, Maria.
Your expectations here and reaction to this horrific murder.
Yeah, well, it's an American tragedy. There's no question about it. He touched so many young people. I was in Texas the other night, and I had so many young people, 30 and younger, coming up to me, asking me if I'd ever met Charlie. Normally people ask, have you ever met the president? And I think that speaks what people thought about him and his message of peace and hope and fairness, and it's okay to disagree, all the things we need to get back to. And I think that, like many people are saying, I think there's been a sleeping giant awoken here, where young people are going to get more engaged than ever in politics and the system, which I think will be great, and a great legacy for Charlie.
Meanwhile, GOP lawmakers are weighing an increase to congressional security funding following Kirk's assassination. They're working to finalize a government funding bill. You and your colleagues expected to have an extension introduced this week, keeping the government open through November 20th. What can you tell us? You've got 7 legislative days left until that government shutdown deadline.
Well, we're in a hurry. There's no question about it, and we need to do something. CRs do not work in the giant scope of things as we've seen in America. So there's a lot to talk about in a short period of time. And then on the security issue, I mean, I think that there needs to be something done for security. A lot of threats going on, a lot of people that are seem to be very unhappy with the system. And people, if they're going to run for office and get involved in the political arena, need to feel like they are protected and they are safe. And so I would support looking at something that might enable that to happen. I think it's important.
But of course, you need agreement with your colleagues on the left. And I spoke with Senator Katie Britt from Alabama yesterday, and she said she's not expecting Chuck Schumer to go along with any of this. Watch this.
I think what we should expect is us to do our job. Unfortunately, what we've seen from Senator Schumer is that he is incapable of putting what is best for America first. He literally has been no-show Schumer. As we worked through different things last week, he was holed up in his office because he is afraid of his own shadow and afraid of who might actually challenge him coming forward. He's putting that and politics in front of what's best for America, and I don't see that changing when it comes to Senator Schumer.
So what do you think, Congressman? Is Schumer going to agree to an increase in security money for Congress, the president, the cabinet? And is he going to go along with this bill that you're bringing to the floor?
Well, I don't know. I mean, what they do in the Senate is sometimes certainly different from what we do in the House. But Schumer has showed that he's not a leader and that he does hide a lot. He's got all the protection he needs. I mean, from that standpoint, he's not concerned. So I think what we need to do is we need to pass what needs to be passed in the House and get it over in the Senate and see what happens. But I think it's a legitimate concern because more and more people tell me when I travel the country that, hey, I'm supportive of you, I agree with you on this, but I wouldn't do what you do. And you can't have people saying that in America when we got opportunities to say what we want to say and elect our officials. You need the best and the brightest running for office or helping those get there. And when you go the other direction and say, I wouldn't want your job, that's not what you want people to say in this great country.
Of course. Congressman, you're on the Small Business Committee, of course, the chair, as well as Financial Services. I want to get your take on something the president just posted on Truth Social just moments ago. He said, subject to Securities and Exchange Commission approval, companies and corporations should no longer be forced to report on a quarterly basis, but rather report their earnings and their information on a 6-month basis. He says it will save money and allow managers to focus on properly running their companies. Your reaction to the president wanting companies to do 6-month reports, not quarterly reports, which would be, of course, every 3 months.
Right. Well, that's the first I've heard of that. But I do know when you're in business, sometimes getting ready for a report, a quarterly report or something, takes a lot of effort and energy and sometimes affects their daily operations. So if corporations are allowed to do 6 months reporting, they feel like it's easier. That would be fine with me. I think I don't see any downturn to it. I know smaller businesses like mine, we report every month. You live on a month-to-month basis, and so it takes some time up to get the report ready. But you know, if it's a public company, people need to know. So I don't know if I have an opinion whether it be 3 or 6 months, but I think it can work either way. We know the quarterly reporting does work, and if you report every 6 months, that probably will work also.
Well, I think one point that the president has made in the past is when you look at the way China does business, they're looking on a 100-year basis, right? We're reporting every 3 months and having knee-jerk reactions in the stock market to it. So I assume that's partly behind his idea to report on a 6-month basis rather than a 3-month basis.
Well, probably so, and put your efforts toward making profits and return on to shareholders and return on investment. Like I said, I'd be for that, and the president has a good grasp of what that would mean with these bigger corporations. If it makes it easier to do business and easier for the consumer and easier for Main Street to put people to work and to make profits and buy things, I'm certainly for that.
Well, the Democrats are probably going to say the president is giving corporate America the room to give less information, not more information. But I guess the idea would be it's the same information, only doing it on a 6-month basis and as opposed to 3 months.
Exactly. The information is not going to change. You're just going to wait 2 or 3 months to get it.
Well, I think this is really incredible that the president just posted that. Meanwhile, real quick on jobs, Bank of America reported that small business hiring is down 6.7% year over year. You chair the House Small Business Committee. What do you want to say about hiring right now as a business owner yourself?
Well, I think Main Street America is excited. The big, beautiful bill has excited Main Street America. It's given us opportunity for permanent tax cuts, of course, and it's given banks opportunities to sit and take regulations off their back and be able to loan money to Main Street, and 100% expensing all works. And of course, you want high job increases every month, every quarter. I think we're going to get that. I think we're in a perfect time. I think we do need the cut in the interest rates. I think when you get a cut in the interest rates to go with what we did with the big, beautiful bill, Main Street's going to get on fire. And that's what I hear as I move around the country. And even in my own business, if we could cut interest rates right now, it would do much for people to be able to budget something, in my case, buy a car that they couldn't think they could buy before.
Sure. Yeah, well, we are expecting that cut to be announced on Wednesday. Congressman, it's good to see you this morning. We'll be watching your work,
Always.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
All right, Roger Williams joining us in D.C.